What is up, cats and kittens? It's Prime back with another demo review from Team Fortress 2. Today we're going to be doing Payload Barn Blitz Pro 4. This is a silver scrim between my team and another silver team that is moving up. This will be our first season in Steel, so we're going to be scrimming very hard trying to get ready. We realize that there's a lot of good silver teams out there, and we just want to be the best that we can be. So without further ado, let's hop right in. Of course, before we do, let's go over my medic loadout. I am running the Crusader's Crossbow, the Medigun, and the Uber Saw. So without further ado, let's hop right in.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Now here we decided our push was going to be out to the left a little bit. We're going to send our combo out. I'm hanging back in spawn. So my POV for the first 20 or 30 seconds is going to be a little boring. Because I just kind of hang out here. We're trying to identify where their combo is, where their gun is, what kind of gun they're running, whether they're running minis or full sentry, and I believe they're running a full sentry. Spy went down, so now it's relatively safe for me to come out, because their flank classes can't really get to us right now. So I come out, I know the spy's dead. I've got a good 15 to 20 seconds of time where the spy is not going to be pressuring me. They gave up hill here very quickly. I think that their goal was to hang out in the house. We pop in, and I get caught out here by the heavy medic. They pop into us from behind the shed there, which causes us to for me to die. But we were very effective. We capped the point here in 1:02, which is a pretty quick time on that first point, especially since especially against a good silver team like the one we are playing in this particular match. We're rolling out. The heavy and I are rolling out. We're trying to get to second. Our coordination wasn't that great for this round, but for the next round we were very, very good at getting ahead of the cart. We call out the sniper on the stairs. I'm trying to keep people healed and stay out of his sight line. Because on those stairs, a very strong sniper spot. Difficult to spam him with anything but a demo or a soldier, and to keep him off of those stairs. They were holding up top, which is your typical hold spot on this map. And we get a pretty good time in. I think we get just over 5 minutes, if I remember correctly. And you can see the cart has stopped, but only because we're just trying to build an Uber to get in there. This is a great map for Ubering your demo. So we decide that we're going to push in with our demo. We're a little slow here. We should have gone in as soon as we got it, because we started to almost bleed players there. So we pop in. And unfortunately, it's just the demo and I that are able to get in. They pop as well. And I get dropped here by this heavy. I'm jumping away, jumping away, jumping away. I'm getting pressured by the spy. I get all the way around this corner and the heavy kills me. So, lag compensation for the win, guys. Definitely. But, so as you can see, we've kind of stalled a little bit here, but their heavy goes down. So now at this particular point in time, we've got good strong numbers advantage, and we know that. So I grab my soldier and I say, okay, let's get up there as quickly as we can. Let's build a little bit while we're doing it. I'm watching out for spies. I'm letting my team know where I am, both in comms and in game. We've got the cart all but capped. The demo needs to die here because he's really being very effective at spamming the cart. Spy gets our soldier. And I believe that we drop the demo here real quick. Our heavy's up top, making sure that we have the high ground advantage so nothing could sneak up there on us. And I catch myself out of position here. This is a really bad play on my part. I should not have been up here. So I immediately drop down. I see that spy decloak behind us, over on the top left there by the sunny hay sign. And I call him out, and of course our pyro goes and checks, but he's already moved on from that spot. So now I'm just trying to get as much heals on my teammates as I can, trying to keep people alive so we don't bleed, so we can really get into this last point and push. They've got a gun, and it turns out that we don't even need the Uber, so we go directly to map room. We take our heavy, our soldier, and our demo in with us to the map room. And we get caught here, I think. No, we pop in here, that's right. Okay. We pop in, we do some serious damage to the heavy. We get air blasted back by the pyro, but our heavy comes in to play cleanup. And our Uber fades, so I decide it's time for me to leave. The scout comes up and picks me up, lets me get out of dodge unscathed. And I come back around to main and I pick up our demo. See the spy there, of course we call him out. We were really operating with a sense of urgency. We wanted to get this cart capped as quickly as possible. Because the quicker the time that you can put, the more pressure it puts on their team to be able to match that time. And here the pyro jumps on us, and I thought I was dead here, but thankfully our heavy was on the ball, Dylan. He was on the ball, and he tossed that sandwich down. And so we're able to keep that pressure on. Being clustered like we were right there is not a good thing, especially if we had known if they had switched to crits or not. Since the crits charge us 25% faster than the medigun, we know that, hey, if they are on crits, they're going to have crits before I have Uber. Even if we have about a 20% Uber advantage, that crits is going to go ahead and negate that Uber advantage. So I go and I pick up this large health pack. We're getting ready to push. I pick up the large health pack, or the medium health pack. And we decide to go in on the heavy this time, and the demo's going to follow for cleanup. So we pop in on the heavy. We drop their soldier. They pop as well on the pyro, which is a great defensive move. If you can pop on your pyro just about every time that you are on defense, you can pretty much stall out any Uber push. And here I get extinguished by their pyro. Like I said, this is a very good silver team, so the fact that we're able to get a cap in as quick a time as we did was really, really good. Good teamwork by our team. And we decide to play defense. We're going to hold the combo on the hill, as you'll see as the demo progresses. Going to hold the combo on the hill. And this is just the first round. I'll be uploading the second round as well. So we're on defense now, and I'm just laying back building my Uber. Our engineer was having some loadout issues, so we ended up actually having to run mini sentries, which actually gave us a good chance to practice running with minis, because mini can actually be a very effective defense if you can support that mini with a good group. So here we are, just waiting. We got about 15 seconds left before the match or the round starts again. And I'm just healing everybody, trying to get as much overheal on everyone as I can before the round starts. That way, they're going into battle with an advantage. And of course, hopefully their medic is doing the same thing. And the spot that I'm holding on the hill here, the reason that I'm here is it's very, very difficult for a spy to get to you as a medic in this particular location without bumping you or bumping one of your teammates. It's difficult for them to flank you, and of course you're out of almost every sniper sight line unless he peeks up onto that little ramp right there leading up the hill, which it's going to be a while before he can get up there with all my teammates alive. So then we're just holding here. Pyro's watching, Heavy's watching. There goes the spy, he gets caught out. Soldier jumps, demo comes in, they pop. I pop on the heavy. I had wanted to pop on the demo, or on the pyro, to try to push that Uber back, and I do get a little bit of a flash on him there. Our pyro did a really good job of negating that Uber, but they capped underneath us anyway. And here I call back out, but I stay to heal the sniper instead of backing out, and that makes me a target for the scout, and I just get destroyed. Scout on med is always going to be an advantage for that scout. He's always going to have an advantage because of his speed. Unless you can catch him unawares coming around the corner or something like that. But with damage spread and no random crits, if he's fully overhealed, even if I had gotten an Uber saw on him, it wouldn't have done any good. I would have still died. And then I would have been close enough that a meat shot would have dropped me. And here I go upstairs to our hold spot. I recognize that as a spy. I call him out. He goes for the butter knife. He gets a sap on our mini, but it's no big deal, because now we've got a couple people upstairs. And they end up capping underneath us and trapping us here. Their demo does a really good job of getting up to that stairwell, the bottom of that stairwell, and flanking us. And we decide now is a good time to back out. So I have the heavy start spamming, getting some damage on people so I can back out. I back out, get the heals just in time on my scout who was about to die. That's our scout Derpus. He's tagged up as FGT in this particular scrim. But so now we're holding. I know that the sniper is not pushed forward enough yet to be a danger, so I'm kind of dancing around out in the open here. But there's a possibility that he is now, so I back out to the hill, which is a good spot for me to hold. Now I see him up there with the soldier. So I'm just waiting back here. We have an Uber. We're waiting for them to push in. Our soldier comes in. One good thing when you're asking for heals, especially if you're working with a new teammate who doesn't recognize your name yet, one good thing that our soldier did do was to call out heal soldier. And that's something, if you're not a medic and you're playing another class, it'll really be very helpful to your medic. Now this particular Uber, I can't remember if it was this round or the next one, our spy calls out that they are on Crits Creek. And I said, okay, well let's push into them with the pyro since we know they're on crits. But then they Uber. So we push in to negate the Uber. Their pyro pushes our pyro and me back. But we force them to pop very early. And then we also, not only did we force them to pop early, but we almost completely negated that push. They weren't able to get any frags off it, and so we're able to continue to hold. And we get a nice, solid hold on third here, considering that we're running with minis. Our engineer got his loadout, I think, about 3/4 of the way back through this particular round. And we actually have a good defense going here. Soldier jumps in. Our soldier's doing a great job of watching our flank in that building across the way there, in our house. Our demo's doing an effective job of keeping spam on the cart. And we have an Uber now. And now I'm just trying to stop people from bleeding. I'm trying to keep heals on everybody. And they pop in. So I pop. I probably could have waited just a little bit longer. But the med decides to flash the pyro to keep him up because he sees our heavy come around the corner, and that opens up his demo to getting extinguished by our pyro. And that really took a lot of their damage from that push away, and they were forced to back out again. If you're going to Uber in on the demo, you got to make sure that he does enough damage to push the other team back, and they didn't on that particular push. Also, the fact that we were running minis, I think, kind of confused them a little bit. They were expecting a level 3 gun, and now our engineer gets his loadout back. He's trying to get a level 3 gun up. And we start bleeding. And I tried to throw a heal on my demo there with the crossbow he called out. And I completely missed and then got headshot. But that's okay. So now we're just trying to get a hold in, and they get very aggressive with their Uber. They push in. And we start bleeding players, but we have our scout and our pyro behind the cart, so it actually works out. We actually are able to stop this push. And here I thought we were done. Their Uber just faded. I had just spawned. I've got nobody to heal. I come up and I'm like, oh shit, there's their whole team. And the soldier's like, no, we got this. So we jump on, and we stop them from capping. So there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll upload part 2 later. Take care, guys, and I'll see you when I see you.